Okay, so welcome to the virtual 3D world of Second Life. What you see on the screen before you here is an actual 3D building that I created, kind of an oriental style, and a human-looking character, sort of human-looking character from the backside, which is actually my representation in Second Life, my 3D representation, otherwise known as an avatar. I was just going to zoom in, but I just screwed up there for a second. Let me try that again. If I use some controls and drag with my mouse here, I will be doing the shortcut for zooming in from the front, and you'll get a chance to see what I look like in costume, my avatar look, and so on. Lots of blue, lots of blue eyes, blue hair, and so on. And a blue dragon, who is a friend of mine in Second Life. He's, as you can see, has some animated qualities, and he makes little noises after a second or two anyway. If I click on him, there we go, he's making little noises now. If I type the word fire, he tends to get very excited, and there he goes. He's breathing fire. That's very exciting to him. I'm going to shift back to the kind of normal view of looking through your avatar's eyes, move around a little so you can see my sort of home or opening location in Second Life. You'll notice that there's a transparent floor with water underneath. I deliberately created this place, and you can build all kinds of objects in Second Life of any sort. I did that for special effect, just to have a type of dwelling you could never have in, well, you could have in real life, but it would take a far more effort. I'm going to walk outside of my little dwelling and look around. You'll see lots of plants, trees, and so on, all of which I've put down here on my property. Some bridges that I built, a little tea house we have over here. Although I'm noticing that our tea house is missing table and tea implements and chairs, which used to be there, so I have to find out what happened with that. At any rate, just a quick glimpse of my sort of home location. As you can see, I can walk using the forward, right and left, back buttons and so on. I can walk around and look at things. If I want, I can actually fly in this world, and if I get up a little higher, you'll see that there are lots of other islands and lands nearby, some of which that are quite mountainous and some which are not. Across the way, that Chinese-looking temple is our sister island. Well, this island, just to explain a little, that I'm a partial owner on, is called Mystica. I'm turning back to show you some of that. We have a number of really interesting monuments and shrines and so on that we've built here. You see a Stonehenge-looking thing, Tibetan stupa, trying to think what you call that green thing down there. That is a thing you find at the Shark Cathedral, and what is it? It's a maze that you walk to the center, and I've totally forgotten the name for that. Anyway, if I fly forward a little bit, you'll see more detail as I get closer of, and you'll notice that the sound that's been sort of Indonesian gamelan Gandar playing has now changed, because I've changed from my plot of land to somebody else's, and this is on a whole different sound stream. Sound streams can be assigned to plots of land in Second Life. If I move forward a little more, we're going to change again, and I'm just trying to position myself so that I can rise up a little higher, and you can see. So I just lost my hair there for a second. This kind of thing can happen when it's working hard. My processor is working very hard now to visualize, to image, to res as they call it, all the many 3D objects in this environment. And there are other islands nearby, most of which you can't see because I haven't set it to the highest level of distance, but what you can see is, as you can see, graphically quite rich with a lot of detail. But this is a wizard's tower, that's what we've always called it here on Mystica, built by the original owner. I could call him the landlord of Mystica. We're approaching a little closer here, and he's built some beautiful rooms and stairways and so on. Quite a fun place to come and visit and hang out. I'm going to move down a little bit, and I'm just going to tour around a little bit of Mystica. These are some of our dwellings, houses, individual houses of people who live here. For example, if I move over here, this castle-looking structure, I seem to be moving quite slowly here, and that's an interesting graphical artifact that just happened there. Anyway, if I come down and turn around, I'm almost there. Move forward a little bit, and then come down. This is a house of a friend of mine from Germany. Her name is Maxime Gentil in Second Life, and as you can see here, she has a very fancy medieval looking house. And this whole area actually is very fantasy oriented rather than building buildings that look modern, and streets and cars and so on, which you can also find in Second Life. This is much more of a fantasy environment. People like to make it look, much more fanciful. So this is a little bit of her house, which is obviously undergoing some change, because last I remember she had a fireplace and dining room table and so on, and that has all changed now. Anyway, a quick sample of someone's house in this world. You can have any kind of dwelling you'd ever want to have. I mean, you can even, this is kind of fun, I'm going to walk off the edge and go underwater. And as you can see, you could even live underwater if you wanted to. There are people who like being mermaids and such that do just that very thing. I'm going to rise back up by flying through the water. If we move this direction, going past this beautiful scenery, we come to a land that I and my partner Carolyn also own. We've sort of done Balinese style. A little island kind of done in the shape of Bali, to be honest, and a beautiful little Balinese mansion here. I'm just coming all the way down so I can walk. Turning to enter. And I think anybody would be quite pleased to have a dwelling like this, even if it wasn't in Bali. But it certainly fits the Balinese feel. Beautiful seating here. One can should be able to sit here. There we go. And let me see if I can spin around so you can see me now relaxing on the comfortable pillows. Some of the things you can do in this world. I'm standing back up again, and I'm going to teleport now back home, just directly move from here to my home place, because there are so many regions in this world, 38,000 regions now, and growing, I guess. It's sometimes far easier to teleport from place to place. So I'm going to invoke a teleport command here, and in a moment the screen will go black, and we have a progress bar. We move from this Balinese house location back to my home, as you can see with my familiar music. Anyway, a quick short tour of the fantasy environment that I call home in Second Life. It's the island of Mystica and its surrounding neighbors. Hope you liked it.